Imagine a world where every single existing asset is tradable on the market. Stocks, real estate, physical assets, art, even your social reputation can be traded 24/7 on a single interconnected global marketplace. It is much closer than you think, and it's called Internet Capital Markets. We're seeing a world where blockchains will digitize the global economy. Physical assets, digital assets, it does not matter. Everything will be a tradable asset that you can make money off of, and this is a great opportunity. This opens the door for trillions more dollars to go into founders' pockets, to owners' pockets, and trillions more dollars to go into investors' pockets. Most assets that have value can't be traded. That's just the reality. The coffee shop you go to, the pizza shop you go to, even the businesses and apps you use don't have tradable tokens or tradable stocks. That's just the way it is right now. And that is an inefficiency in the market, quite frankly. If there's an asset that exists out there, if there's a business that exists out there, you should be able to invest in it. Those businesses should get money and be able to grow more with it. And we should be able to make money as those investments return. It's that simple. But there's a gap going on right now, and it's starting to be filled, but it hasn't reached anywhere near its potential. And I'm going to explain exactly how that's working, what the progress is like, and how you can benefit it. Whether you're an investor, whether you're a builder, whether you have a company, whether you have an agency, whether you have a physical brand or digital brand or social media concept, it doesn't matter what you have, a personal brand, it doesn't matter what you have. I'm going to show you how you can make money from it today. Now, sentiment about public markets is at an all-time low. I mean, it's just fragmented. You can only trade at certain times. It's always the same 3 or 4 companies that you can trade, or 3 or 4 index funds that you can trade, that you can actually make money on. And it's starting to get to the point where retail investors are losing to institutional investors because there's so much insider trading going on. There's so many things and factors that you wouldn't know that these organizations do know, that it's a zero-sum game. You will never win. You're playing catch-up with BlackRock, with JP Morgan, with companies that have assets that you'll never even be able to touch, and you can't match them when it comes to trading. Even congressmen, even people like Nancy Pelosi are out trading you because they have info that you don't have. But Internet Capital Markets bridges the gap. If we're talking about the pizza shop you go to being tokenized, that's info that only you have access to. These people can't come and march on that pizza shop and say, hey, we need to know what you're doing, all your logistics. Now you have the power. This is decentralizing of the financial institutions that exist nowadays. The pizza shop you go to, the app you use that nobody knows about, that people might know about in the future because it's a super good app, that don't have enough money to make it happen because they don't know how to market, they don't know how to sell. These are gaps that will be bridged. I mean, these are things that will be fixed when internet capital markets rise the way they should. But it's already happening. There are startups launching tokens every single day now, from whether it's AI16Z or even Y Combinator startups are launching their own tokens on different apps, different platforms, which I go over. And they're making millions of dollars. They're creating tens of millions of dollars, even hundreds of millions of dollars in valuation through their tokens. And it's giving them enough money, and most importantly, it's giving them enough money fast enough for them to be able to make value quickly, provide value for their customers and their investors, and make things happen. If they were to go and try to get VC funding, go and try to get seed funding, it would be like jumping over hurdles. Nobody wants to go through that anymore. I mean, if you run a company, if you run a business, tell me, is it worth it? Would you actually want to go and try to get seed rounds or try to get funding? I know people right now, we're working with clients right now who are trying to get seed funding, and they're realizing that, why are we working with seed funding? Why are we doing all this crap when we could work with me, Austin, and make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in funding from launching our own token on these platforms? They've realized that, and that's why they decided to work with me. And if you're running a company, you're an investor, you have to start realizing that these traditional institutions are failing us, and they're behind. Like, we're entering into a new era where everything's decentralized. I mean, crypto is hitting all-time highs like every single week now. Crypto's hitting all-time highs. Don't you see that the environment's changing? The goddamn president of the United States dropped his own meme coin. People are realizing that assets, that things that have value, anything can be turned into a financial asset. And this is what internet capital markets, this is what crypto is trying to do. This is why every single big person, whether it's Larry Fink, Donald Trump, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, by the way, Jamie Dimon, they're all trying to tokenize assets, whether it's real world assets, whether it's digital assets, whether it's social assets. They want to take them and put them on a blockchain because they recognize that these are opportunities to make money. And if they don't do it, their competitors are going to do it. It's not really about somebody being in control. It's just about who's going to do it first. And this works for you too, because you don't want to be last to this. You want to be first to this. You want to benefit now. You want to benefit later. This also opens the door for like venture capital and like private equity. If you're looking at companies who are private equity, if you want to be an angel investor, this opens the doors for anybody to be an angel investor. You don't need crazy amounts of capital. You don't need crazy connections. All you need is a phone, an app, and $20 to invest in a coin that could possibly make you tens of thousands of dollars in return. I mean, tens of thousand X rather. Like you can 10,000X your money with crypto, and people are doing this every single day. But imagine all the startups you see that blow up, that you didn't get a chance to invest in until they IPO. And by the way, nobody IPOs anymore. Imagine you couldn't invest in that early. Now you have that opportunity. We can turn startup equity into tradable digital assets. We can make crowdfunding a global and accessible thing for all the companies that exist on the planet. And not just companies, personal brands, physical products, physical businesses, charities, organizations, anything that has any sort of value to people in general will be turned into an asset. And this trend has been seen over time. Like we talk about like different financial assets that have existed. We're talking about like, just think about the different financial products that existed, like mortgage bonds and credit swaps and like leveraged buyouts. These are things that didn't exist. These are new assets being created, and the next step is tokenization. But I've already covered that. What I want to explain is that for people who are building something, whether you have a startup, an agency, a company, you're a trader, you're an e-commerce person, it doesn't matter what you do. We can take what you have and get you funding for it. Everything you're doing can be financed. Like I know how hard it is, man. I started a business on my own with no money in the bank. That stuff is hard. Like if you want to start a business with no money, it's damn near impossible. This opens the door for all the people who want to get into dropshipping, SMMA, SaaS, who don't have a bunch of capital to start up. If you have a good concept, put it out there on social media, which most people are doing anyways, and you can get people to build appeal about it and be interested in it, they will invest in that token. But with traditional finance, you don't have that option. Nobody's gonna invest in your goddamn SMA agency. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about your SMMA. But now with tokens, you can talk about your SMMA, say what you do, launch your service, post about it on social media, launch your token, get funding, get the ball rolling, make money for your investors, make money for yourself. It just makes everything more fast and efficient. And the same thing goes for builders, right? If you're building a company and you're building a startup and you recognize that you have tech that's like high level stuff, but you don't have money to make it happen, you don't have money to market, then you're behind. And this is a gap for like people who are building real quality stuff. You're simply not going to be able to do what you could have done. These are thousands of businesses potentially that would have succeeded but didn't have the capital to. That's just the reality. But if you launch these tokens, you open up the door for fast, equitable, and high quality capital. But it's not that easy. Because right now you can go on to the Believe app, which is a crypto launch pad that startups are launching on called Believe, right? You can go on Pump.fund and launch a token, but you probably won't get any money. I'll be honest. You'll probably launch and not get any appreciation, not make a single dollar because you're not launching the right way. Nothing is ever one-dimensional. Nothing is ever that easy. You need experts, you need guidance, and you need people who know what they're doing to get you through launching a token because it's not that simple. People are doing it and making millions, and people are doing it and making nothing. The difference between the people making nothing and people making millions is their presentation, it's their branding, it's their marketing, it's the way they demo their products, how they show their product to the marketplace, and how they launch their token, the specific rules they have with the token, all the logistics that you don't need to know that we cover. That's the difference. So if you want a successful token launch, if you want to like willfully and wholly participate in internet capital markets, you need the right guidance, you need the right team, and we're the team you need. We have a free service here at Tokenize, my agency, Tokenize Agency. And what we do is we brand, market, and launch tokens for people like you. Doesn't matter what you have, a startup, personal brand, company, agency, community. Doesn't matter what business you have, even a physical, it doesn't matter if you run a donut shop. We'll take it, put it on social media, market it for you, launch it for you, and we'll make you money. And we're not just saying this. We've done over 250,000, over $250,000 in rev. Me, myself, before the 18, without a single dollar spent in ad spend. This is just organic views, tens of millions of views done organically. We'll do the same thing for your business, launch a token and make you money for free. We just want a little bit of the transaction fees. That's what we ask for. But if you want to learn more, click down below, book a quick call with us, 15 minutes. We walk you through exactly how we do it, make a little video for you, show you how we make you money. We make money. I make money, we walk away happy, and we build the future of finance. We build the future of the internet, we build the future of the world. Looking forward to hearing from you, working from you, and just give this a like and subscribe if you want to hear more. Yeah, that's Internet Capital Markets.